It's time to toast the hosts with the most to boast. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Tonys host performances.
I just like to say that if you don't win...
Why? What have you heard?
Just play it cool, girl.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at the most memorable musical performances featuring the hosts of the Tony Awards.
I'll always be Alan Topless if you be Gertrude Stein.
Number 10. Celebrate Broadway, 47th Tony Awards. The definition of musical royalty, Liza Minnelli has not only received 4 Tony Awards, but also hosted the ceremony in 1993. This was an especially significant year, as it honored the 100th anniversary of theater in Times Square.
A sorcery tapped, a gift unwrapped.
This opening number is a celebration of Broadway in the purest sense, commencing with a sensational solo from Barry Bostwick. Once Minnelli storms onto the stage, though, she steals the whole show. Along the way, the ensemble references a series of Broadway classics any die-hard musical fan will appreciate.
Celebrate Broadway, reignite the time.
Uniting the casts of Cats, Guys and Dolls, and numerous others, we couldn't think of a better way to commemorate a century of singing and dancing. Number 9. Broadway Divas, 52nd Tony Awards. Host Rosie O'Donnell wasn't the only Broadway diva who lit up the stage in 1998. Along with the dancers from Chicago, Rosie takes us on a trip down memory lane as we revisit some of the most legendary performances throughout Tony history. Making impeccable use of a rotating stage, we transition between 3 solo acts. First up is Patti LuPone, singing Don't Cry For Me Argentina from Evita.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
Jennifer Holliday brings down the house with And I Am Telling You from Dreamgirls. Things then take a bittersweet turn, as Betty Buckley serenades the audience with Memory from Cats.
Touch me, it's so easy.
As a grand finale, the 3 Tony winners join Rosie for an ensemble piece unlike any other. Number 8. The Show Must Go On and Comedy Tonight, 50th Tony Awards. Celebrating the Tony Awards' 50th birthday, this ceremony opens up with a very special announcement from the Phantom of the Opera himself. Liza Minnelli and Bernadette Peters then take to the stage with a number appropriately titled The Show Must Go On.
The show must go on. The show must go on.
Their rousing duet eventually evolves into a full-blown chorus with some of the biggest names in all of Broadway, including James Earl Jones, John Lithgow, and B. Arthur. The second half of the opening shifts to host Nathan Lane, and the cast of A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum singing Comedy Tonight. That same evening, Lane would win the Tony for Best Performance by a Leading Actor in a Musical. Number 7. Take Me to Broadway, 68th Tony Awards. For his 4th time as host, Hugh Jackman borrowed a page from Bobby Van in the 1953 film Small Town Girl, hopping his way through Radio City Music Hall. You wouldn't think hopping up and down would be anything special, but Jackman bounces around with the same level of enthusiasm as Tigger on a trampoline. In addition to hopping, he also shows off his jump rope skills while also taking the time to converse with his fellow thespians. Jackman only briefly stands still during an elevator ride with Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, hey man, how are you? Oh, hey, Hugh. Good to see you.
As Jackman makes it to the stage, we're reminded that his singing chops are only matched by his gifts as a physical actor.
I love the Tonys, and I'm the host of your show. Yes!
Number 6. Wouldn't It Be Loverly, Camelot, and I Could Have Danced All Night, 45th Tony Awards. Another Broadway great, Julie Andrews, has hosted the Tony Awards a total of 3 times.
Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns.
After moving us to tears with a performance of Send in the Clowns in 1984, Andrews returned several years later to revisit some of her greatest hits.
Ask every person if he's heard the story, and tell it strong and clear if he has not.
Andrews had previously accumulated 2 Tony nominations for her performances as Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady and Queen Guinevere in Camelot. It's only fitting that she dominated the stage with renditions of Wouldn't It Be Loverly, Camelot, and I Could Have Danced All Night. This performance slowly transitions from being small and humorous to grand and dignified, showing off Andrews' full range as a singer and leaving the audience wanting more. Number 5. This Could Be You, 70th Tony Awards. As a seasoned Broadway actor and the man behind Carpool Karaoke, it was only a matter of time until James Corden hosted the Tony Awards. The English comedian didn't disappoint in 2016 when he opened the show with this inspiring number.
Oh, that could be me. That could be me. And that could be a lot of fun.
Reminiscing about his early love for theater, Corden speaks to every young kid who dreams of being on Broadway. The number has a certain childlike wonder that captures the sensation of watching a musical for the very first time.
Midnight, not a sound from the pavement.
It also reminds us that shows like Les Miserables, The Phantom of the Opera, and The Lion King are more than just entertainment. They're beacons of inspiration for generations of theater lovers to come.
Oprah, have I ruined the Tonys? Level with me, Oprah, have I ruined it?
Number 4. It's Not Just for Gays Anymore, 65th Tony Awards. The 2011 ceremony was full of highlights, including a duet between host Neil Patrick Harris and his best frenemy Hugh Jackman.
We'll make them feel good. We want the spirits to climb.
However, nothing could outshine this Primetime Emmy-winning opening number, which forever diminishes the stereotype that Broadway shows are only for gay people.
Because Broadway has never been broader. It's not just for gays anymore.
Enlisting the cast of Catch Me If You Can, Sister Act, The Book of Mormon, and Anything Goes, Harris demonstrates just how varied musicals have become, appealing to a wide range of audiences.
And also foreign tourists and the groups of senior citizens and well-to-do suburbanites and liberal intellectuals. Though that group is really only Jews and homosexuals. I've lost my train of thought. Oh yes, it's not just for gays anymore.
He gets backup from celebrities like Stephen Colbert, Brooke Shields, and Bobby Cannavale as well. While also poking fun at his own sexual orientation, Harris delivers a marvelous performance that's guaranteed to delight everyone, no matter their sexual preference.
Wow! I mean, come on, isn't this fabulous? I mean, isn't this awesome?
Number 3. Everything's Coming Up Roses, 43rd Tony Awards. Angela Lansbury hosted the Tony Awards a record-breaking 5 times, and her opening performance at the 1989 ceremony just might have been her finest moment.
Clear the decks, clear the tracks. You got nothing to do but relax.
Lansbury kicked things off with a rendition of Everything's Coming Up Roses from Gypsy. She had previously performed this iconic number in 1974 on Broadway, and she once again hit it out of the park with charisma, charm, and passion.
Light the lights. We've got nothing to hit but the heights.
Compared to some of the other entries on our list, this performance isn't especially extravagant in terms of choreography or production value. Sometimes to make the crowd go wild, though, all you need is a show-stopping song and a pitch-perfect voice.
Everything's coming up roses for me and for you.
Number 2. Not the Boy Next Door, 58th Tony Awards. In addition to hosting the Tonys in 2004, Hugh Jackman also took home an award for his performance in The Boy from Oz.
No, I am not the boy next door. I don't belong like it before.
On top of that, Jackman's hosting duties that year would later win him a Primetime Emmy for individual performance in a variety or music program. Jackman's success at both of these award shows can be best summed up through his stimulating rendition of Not the Boy Next Door.
Nothing ever seems like it used to be. You can have your dreams, but you can't have me.
Portraying real-life singer-songwriter Peter Allen, Jackman turns in one of the most energetic performances ever to grace the stage. Singing, dancing, playing the piano, and working off Sarah Jessica Parker, Jackman proves that there's nothing he can't do. Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
And what if no one thought that there was something strange about a magical 7-second costume change? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
One night only, one night only. Come on, me baby, come on. One night only, we only have till dawn.
It's 1 for the money, 2 for the show.
Number 1. Bigger, 67th Tony Awards.
Let's make it bigger. Tonight it's bigger. Who will take home a Tony statue? We don't know.
After already hosting 3 times, it looked like NPH couldn't possibly top himself. The primetime Emmy-winning Bigger more than lives up to its name, however. With music by Tom Kitt of Next to Normal and lyrics by Lin-Manuel Miranda of Hamilton, this number has everything. And we mean everything.
The season's new recruits include the cast of Kinky Boots. You know they're beautiful and buff as Navy SEALs.
In addition to musicals like Once, Kinky Boots, and Matilda, Harris makes some legendary references to How I Met Your Mother and Tom Hooper's Les Miserables. He even works Mike Tyson into the mix.
Forgive me if it's random, but Mike Tyson had a one-man show. Let's give the man a hand and make things bigger.
The ensemble, which includes performers young and old, give 110%. With a giant Tony Award at the center of it all, this number blew the roof off Radio City Music Hall.
Well, that's our budget. Good night!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.